Well, nobody wanted to say it. I'm gonna say it. Out of all of the planes and all of the places that could have happened. But anyway, furthermore, you gotta check the worth, the net. It's worth about 500. I'm sorry, 500 million in just spending per year with just one Kobe. Um, Furthermore, I want to go back to 1775 to 18 and some change. Now, within that proclamation, we already know and understand the fact of the matter is that you had to create two parties government to satisfy a disenfranchised part of the government. Which is that, I think it's believed to be 3 and 5. But we want to do that again. As you bring it up with the Holocaustists and China's coronavirus. As like I said, your plan and implementation just doesn't seem to be working around the nation. My moon juices came through, and it slowed down that process a bit. And I happened to see what's his name, Nathan Yahoo. It's round about that. You know what I mean? You gotta find out what he need to do to get you them numbers for your so-called impeachment or re-election. But it seems that you want a re-election to implement more on the process that you already created, which is you need the votes, but you have to pay someone for them votes. And like I said, seeing as though you want to go international voting with it, America, which is implementably, purifiably, if we want to go back to 17 and 1800s, would be illegal. But rules and things change due to votes, either anonymously or bicuriously through House, Senate, and other branches of governments. Now, you seem to want a defense against a trial, but the trial is already rigged because the defense gets to choose what it wants and what it doesn't want, making it a pretty much a mockery of so-called justice. If I may go on furthermore, and like I said, these are things that seem to be allowed because of one thing. Something did something. And within that something that it did, it can't reproduce fast enough that from what it took away. Oh man. I'm using this, like I said, man, it's a third party outcome because of the simple fact is, if I'm seeing this thing the way I'm seeing it, it was only aimed at specifics. What's the reason for it? I'm thinking more or less. What any other reason would it be for? Money, man. Money, man. Money, man. And I said, hold up. with your top celebrities as far as celebrities of color may have just been the highest paid celebrities there is. I mean, with all of the tally ups, accolades, and everything else, awards and things of that nature. But furthermore, let me get into some of this news for the day because I think something is with wheezing and whistling and trying his hardest to combat some things that got out there. Impeachment trial of President Trump live is updates. I just didn't understand that if you impeach a president, how can he take it to trial? He's no longer the president anymore. This missing kids in Idaho, mom found in Hawaii, ordered to show children. Well, from the looks of things, you can Google, send a camera down and have them with a cell phone, and you can keep track of any possibly human that you want to. That's why I said these tracking devices in the wrong hands and all of this other stuff. It then got very, very dangerous from the way I'm looking at it. Now, it might not be right there in your face dangerous, but it's dangerous. And you gotta pay attention and cycles as far as I'm concerned. One of those cycles happen to be tax season. Got cuts. Your spending is at an all-time high. Market Watch. Fox News host Chris Wallace lashes out at conservatives pundits. I wouldn't call people pundits or disrespect them in that nature unless it calls for it. And at the moment, if I'm seeing the things the way I'm seeing it, it definitely calls for a major, utterly point of disrespect. Why? Because it's money involved. It's a part of the American dream. Fox and Friends downplaying John Bolton news shows. This from Vox, VOX, not Fox but Vox. And they says he's downplaying John Bolton. A lot of, like I said before, you gotta understand me on this. When I said to myself, I looked at Kobe numbers, I was like, yo, wow, that's some tremendous numbers. He came straight fresh out of high school. But like I said, man, it's I gotta look at these things, man. I gotta look at it from the realistic point that I can only do from my vision. More news. The New York Times. John Bolton's account upends Trump's denials, but will it upend Trump? Is they really questioning this activity? Would you question it if it was anyone other than Trump? Because if I recall, going back further enough, right before the election, Trump was in a desperate bond of what is to come and what is next. Had a bunch of things coming out of all types of ways. And he paid him. So I gotta look at it from that point. And I said to myself, well, whoever's with Trump can possibly be successful. Whoever's not with Trump, also have to struggle up a drastic battle because the individual already on, like, for life. The president was a president. But he's doing something for others that he normally probably wouldn't do for anyone else. So the trial and all of that is something that you allowed him to go ahead and produce in a way. Why? Because there's no way that if I'm on trial, I'm going to be able to tell the prosecution who, what, when, and who deserves to speak as the prosecution witnesses. Unless their witnesses are on my side. And even then, the prosecution still has a right to question them. Oh man, more news, NBC News. And like I said, if you want to make so much money off of Kobe, then so be it, man. Kobe Bryant helicopter crash investigators would look at weather aircraft. Really? Now, I done seen helicopters get close enough to get footage of tornadoes and hurricanes and all that other stuff. They didn't fall and crash. I'm just saying. Trump tied Ukraine aid to inquirers he sought, Bolton's book says. You want to add names like Biden, Bolton, and whoever else you can grab up from some of the subliminals that I've been putting out there and recontradict some of the atmosphere that's been rolling. Which is pretty much good for the individuals in charge. But, like I said, you have to choose. And you have to choose with I hate to say it, but an iron fist. Why? Because you allow something to reenact that's already been done before. It's been done so many times that actually I see the pattern there. That's why I said with this and that and everything else. But then you get a month. You get the Black History Month, which is the shortest month out of the year. But you still have to live through within that month. And in the past 3 years, though, that month hasn't been the best month for what you call Black History. Fact checks. Hold up, politic facts. My bad. This is where this coming from. Fact checking. Buttigieg. Fox News town hall in Iowa. I'm not predicting this, but Democratic Fox News, I don't want to call it a coincidence, but it seems as if it is what it is. And like I said before, the only way to pretty much rule now It's after that, it's with an iron fist. Because the ruler now is ruling with an iron fist. He's denying what the House has voted upon. And the House has jurisdiction from pretty much all jurisdictions on the U.S. continent. But within the national ties that Trump has allowed, seems to be very difficult for some strange reason. But more on Kobe's death. CBS Sports has more on that. Latest news, updates, and reactions as NBA legend passes. NBC more news. 5-4 ruling. Supreme Court allows Trump's plan to deny green cards to those who wait. Subliminally, I think traps are being made. Because I'm looking at the job market and all. They talking about sell Amazon and they gonna charge you $40 a month. And then you'll be in business. I said, doesn't Amazon make enough? I'm just saying. More news. The news at 4:30 p.m. beginning in February. We ain't done with January yet. More out of Pete Buttigieg, Fox News, and all this. Letter, a week full of football and impeachment news. The two don't seem to go together right now. Football, let's leave that alone for right now. I mean, as far as just let him play and don't add that to impeachment. Man. That's a whole court case, supreme justice applied. And I prefer the same supreme justice you would use on an individual such as myself and others. And it's a standoff involving men with a rifle in Brunswick peacefully resolved. This is just a prequel to the sequel of what you really want to take place. Because like I said, you saying abuse of power, you saying obstruction of justice, you want trial, haven't came up with a replacement. I'm out there as I prefer myself to be the number one candidate at this point. Like I said, we gonna just either suppress thoughts and feelings and see what happens, or we can make some decisions for the betterment of the people of the earth. But if not, like I said, only time will tell. With that being said, peace. I gotta go.